One of my favorite stories of our earlier days with David's Refuge was when a family came to our home and we're still doing it in our house. And as they walked through the door, we could tell that they were in trouble. Their marriage was crispy. They were exhausted, beaten up, and they just went into the room and they took a long nap. And throughout that weekend, we had an opportunity just to listen to their story. They had a chance to listen to ours. And one time the mom said, "How did you guys do it? How did you deal with the stress of caring for David?" And Brenda said, one of the keys in our ability to love and care for David was we learned a very simple lesson. And that lesson was to take one day at a time. If the dishes were piling up and David needed our help, that didn't matter. What was most important was caring for David and caring for ourselves. Well, they had a great weekend and they left. And a year later, they came back to our house. And as they walked through the door, she was beautiful. She looked totally different. And I said, "What happened? You look great." Now, we were good friends. And she said, "You know what? We listened to what you said." And Brenda looked at me and said, "Do you remember what we said?" And she said, "You told us to take one day at a time." And as we learned to do that, we found our stress dropping. And guess what? Our son's stress was dropping as well. In fact, their son had never spoken a word. He had autism, and he had never spoken a word. But after their weekend with us, and after learning this simple lesson of taking one day at a time, their son turned to them one day and he said, "I love you." Now, we don't take complete credit for that, but because they found space in their own life to take care of themselves, to reduce their own stress, their son's stress actually dropped. And so our goal when any parent comes is to remind them that they're not alone, what they do matters, and that there's a God in a community that loves them. And so I hope you find encouragement to take one day at a time.